Now, ladies and gentlemen, for the first of two times from Atlantic City, New Jersey, let's get ready to rumble! 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black and weighing in at 146 pounds. His professional record, an outstanding one of 39-1, 15 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, the pride and joy of Mount Vernon, New York, the #1 ranked IBF challenger in the world, Larry Barnes. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 147 pounds. His professional record, 26-0, 22 KOs. Wearing in the ring tonight, red with white and blue trim. Señoras y señores, con Campeonato Puerto Rico, presentando invicto IBF welterweight champion of the world, the undefeated Felix Trinidad.
La regla y los órdenes que te dé durante el combate. Obey my commands during the match. Protege durante el combate todo el tiempo. Protect yourself at all times. Buena suerte. Good luck. Touch up.
Round one, scheduled for 12. Welterweight championship. Here's Barnes in a crouch.
Larry Barnes has to put all the pressure on the world on Trinidad to shorten the distance. Trinidad has to keep that jab out, drop the right hand to be effective.
Barnes in the all-black trunks. Trinidad in the colorful striped red, white, and blue trunks.
Trinidad can land that left hook. Larry Barnes seems to be a little open for that left hook from Trinidad.
Trinidad hitting with a right before he landed that left. There's another right.
Good right hand by Trinidad.
Barnes crouching, obviously trying to get inside that reach advantage to the body of Trinidad.
But he's crouching, so all the punches Trinidad throws are body shots because they're right there.
Oh, the midsection working the
good
body.
Left hook by Barnes.
Barnes, a very compact fighter.
Like a fire plug.
He's come out pressing the fight. His first world title opportunity.
What Trinidad should do when Barnes bends down low in front of him, step back. Then you can reach out with a left jab.
Trinidad using the ring. Moving. And for a crouching, stalking fighter of Barnes' style, makes it difficult. Barnes is kind of a guy who wants you to stand in front of him.
Trinidad's just giving him angles going left to right. Barnes comes into him standing up. As he gets closer, he tries to get smaller.
That was a counter by Barnes, but it bounced off the side of Trinidad's head. Made more noise than its effect.
Barnes is trying to throw a left hook over Trinidad's right hand because Trinidad's keeping it a little bit below the jawline. He has it up now. Good left by Trinidad on the button.
Fluid motion against the stalking crouching challenger as round one ends. Round two, scheduled for 12. Felix Trinidad in defense of his world title. Here's Barnes.
That's what Barnes has to do, just swarm on him. And it's funny, I've seen end swells put on fighters' eyes to keep down the swelling. They put an iron mask, which they keep in ice water on Barnes' face to keep the entire face from swelling.
I think we're going to have a new innovation in corner treatments after the dragon mask.
Boxing becomes high-tech.
That may be the highest tech it gets to be.
Now Barnes did good in the beginning of the round. He came out flurrying and kept Trinidad pinned in the corner. Trinidad should just grab him. And see, Trinidad's having a little problem trying to figure out the style because he's small. It's not often that he has to punch down.
Larry Barnes in the black trunks, the challenger, 39-1, never knocked down. A right hand bounces off Barnes' forehead.
Trinidad is starting to find the range, but he's still leery of Barnes' wild left hook.
Don't you have the feeling, Tony, that even though Trinidad can rain punches down on Barnes' head, the top of his head, that he's also thinking he would like to get the uppercut inside? But yet if he does that, then he's got to crouch to get the uppercut inside.
Now he's fighting on Barnes' turn.
And then he could get countered.
And the funny thing is the only target for Trinidad is the top of Barnes' head, because if he tries to shoot a left hook to the body, he has to lunge, and he's wide open for Barnes' counter left hook. What Trinidad should do is if you hit him 1-2, he goes into that crouch step back.
I think the other thing, Tony, is also if he would just jab for a while.
Yeah.
Just jab.
Even
just
if it's
jab.
to the top of the head. Because you'll find the range and you'll find a rhythm after a while. He's still confused. Barnes is a very, very awkward fighter because he's so small and he makes himself smaller by crouching.
Trinidad's gotten a little flat-footed here. I also think he's trying to find a spot in the ring where he can work the best, which I would believe would be in the middle of the ring. Here's the lunging Barnes as round two comes to an end. 3 underway.
It seems like that mask is a Dragon mask, which is the name of Larry Barnes' manager, Albino Dragon.
It's certainly interesting. Now, if he could wear that in the ring,
I think we might have something there. George Foreman would be interested in that.
probably would be more effective than a headgear.
Good right hand by Barnes.
Barnes is a brawler, no doubt about it. Against, I was going to say, against the finesse of Trinidad.
You said something earlier, Dick, that makes a lot of sense. If Trinidad would try and throw that uppercut, he wouldn't hit Barnes on the chin. He'd hit him right between the eyes. Sometimes that can give you a little queasy from that shot.
Working counterclockwise, using the entire ring with the idea perhaps of tiring Barnes out.
And if Trinidad continues to go to his right, he can shoot his right hand and not have to worry about Barnes' counter left, because he shouldn't be throwing his punch first. It's a bit of a chess match right now. Trinidad is still trying to figure out where Barnes is coming from.
I would think Trinidad should jab a lot more than he is. I mean, while he's trying to figure out Barnes, he ought to be jabbing.
The jab would be perfect because he can find the rhythm, find the range, and then he knows if he can throw a right hand or not, if he can come back with a left hook.
Plus, the jab can create swelling.
Yep.
And then the Dragon Mask would be truly tested. Under a minute, round 3.
I'll say one thing, if Larry Barnes continues to stay upright, he's going to get nailed. When he dropped down, he was effective. Those leaping left hooks are not going to work because he has too much distance to cover.
That was a winging right that
Trinidad is keeping his distance.
It didn't do much, but just bounce off the face.
Good left uppercut by Trinidad.
And he needs to do a little more than that.
He may try it again before the round's over.
10 seconds remaining in round 3. Got it in again. Round 4. Felix Trinidad, the taller man, in the striped trunks, defending his IBF welterweight title.
It's Barnes who is putting out a lot of energy right now because he's tracking down Trinidad, and as he comes in, he's starting to get popped. The last round, he tasted those uppercuts. Trinidad landed a left and a right uppercut, so I'm sure Trinidad knows he can land those punches.
The last round, Tony, he did get in 2 or 3 uppercuts.
Yep.
Barnes, there's a good jab. That was a scoring jab.
Barnes is trying to close that distance and do some damage, but he knows he just can't come flying in wide open.
I also believe, Tony, if Trinidad jabbed more, it would certainly straighten up Barnes.
Well, he's doing that now.
Make him stand straighter, gives him a bigger body target.
When you stand him up, then you open yourself up to left hooks and right hands, and that's what Trinidad's doing. He's listening to you, Dick. He's throwing that left jab, and they're all landing.
Oh!
That hurt him. That's it. That's it.
The left hand to the forehead.
Trinidad is a heck of a finisher.
Very wobbly. Trinidad trying to finish here in round 4. Another left, a right.
One uppercut and this fight is over. Trinidad can throw one uppercut, this fight's over.
Trinidad.
Clubbing punches by Trinidad. Barnes' only hope is the left hook.
Barnes has never been down. Never been on the canvas.
Missed the uppercut. Trinidad's trying to set him up for one good power shot.
Barnes is trying to stay up. Fighting back.
Trinidad's going to try and counter with a right hand. Barnes does not know how to hold. He should be hugging him like he's his girlfriend. Right now, that's going to hurt him. He's taking too many punches. He has no legs. One good straight shot will stop this fight.
25 seconds here in the 4th round. As Trinidad bombs.
Oh, what an uppercut. There was the uppercut.
And he's down for the first time in his career.
One tremendous body shot. It was an uppercut that did the damage.
So the very game Larry Barnes knocked down and out the first time in his career as Felix Trinidad solidifies his reputation as an upcoming young, exciting fighter.
Let me tell you something about Larry Barnes. He showed more heart than most fighters who have been in this game for years. He took a tremendous amount of punches, would not go down, willed himself not to go down, but that last uppercut to the body, that drops anybody in the division, including Pernell Whitaker.
The first punch that rocked him was a straight shot to the head.
And the damage was even though it was a headshot, it took his body away. He had no more control of his legs. That was one, I mean, and what I liked about Trinidad is after he hurt him, he just took his time. He missed a lot of shots because Barnes was trying to avoid him, but the majority of those shots were right on target and just kept wearing him down. And he showed his smartness by, I'm hitting him to the head, he's not going down, let me try a body shot.
What a fine-looking fighter. Let's go back to that last round.
Look at Barnes' hands. A left up high took him, made him wobble. He lost all his equilibrium right up high. That's the most damaging shot when you hit somebody on the temple.
And you see he sneaked that right hand in there.
Look at Trinidad. He knows he's still a dangerous puncher. There's the left on the temple. Look at his legs. He has no control. But look how Trinidad is taking his man apart. Even though he's landing the punches, he knows that left hook is there by Barnes.
Landing, scoring, left, right.
Good
There's a body shot.
Right to the solar plexus.
That did it. First time in his career, Larry Barnes hits the canvas.
Couldn't knock him out with a headshot. Took the next option, went to the body. It was the uppercut, which we thought to the head would do the damage, but he just lowered it to the body and ended the fight.
Felix Trinidad in his corner tonight, his father, Felix Sr.
And the man who I think is the best in the world, Roy Jones Jr.
Gentlemen, referee Benji Estevez calls a halt to the bout, stopping at the count of 8. The official time, 2 minutes, 54 seconds of round number 4. The winner, and still the undefeated IBF welterweight champion of the world,
Felix Trinidad. Yeah, let's go back.
Watch the left hook. It is short. It doesn't travel, but maybe 10 inches.
That's the first shot that really rocked it. That was the first shot that we're going back earlier in the 4th round.
But look how Barnes, even though he is hurt and almost out on his feet.
Let's go up to Larry Merchant in the ring and the interview with the champion.
Okay. Felix, tell us what was going through your mind in the early rounds, because he was such a difficult, unorthodox opponent to get measured.
Quiero saber qué es lo que estaba pasando por tu mente en los primeros asaltos. Él era un poco duro de pegarle.
Sí, bueno, es que Larry Barnes es un peleador bien incómodo, se baja mucho.
Larry Barnes is a very uncomfortable fighter. He's very low.
And were you feeling uncomfortable fighting him in turn?
¿Te sentías tú un poco inconfortable peleando con él?
No, bueno, sí se me hizo un poquito incómodo en esos primeros asaltos, pero poco a poco fui adaptándome al ritmo de pelea.
It was very uncomfortable in the first few rounds, but I got used to it after the couple of rounds.
In the last round, it seemed you were a little bit more settled down and a little bit more accurate in your punches. Was that because you finally got his rhythm and knew how to deal with him?
En los últimos asaltos estabas un poco más confortable y te sentías mejor. ¿Por qué? ¿Qué te dio hacer eso?
Bueno, mi gran condición y poco a poco yo siempre me adapto round por round.
His conditioning was superb, and round by round he just got better.
All right, we're going to tell him, we're going to try to show the knockdown and ask him to describe it to us, particularly that vicious body shot that really ended the fight. We'll get it up here in a minute, fellas.
Cuando se cayó.
Tell us about the body shot that really ended the fight.
Nos diga el golpe al cuerpo que le diste, que fue el que terminó la pelea.
Bueno, yo quiero decirle que yo pego bien duro con la mano de gancho de izquierda. Larry Barnes es un boxeador que aguanta mucho golpe.
I just know that I can hit with my left and with my right just as hard, and Larry Barnes can hold a punch.
Asimila mucho golpe.
He can hold.
All right, talk to us about Pernell Whitaker. There are many talented welterweights out there, but you're the only one that seems to truly want to fight him. Why?
Háblanos de Whitaker. Hay muchos peleadores allá afuera en esa división, pero eres tú el que quiere pelear con Whitaker.
Sí, bueno, esa pelea a él le interesa, a mí también me interesa mucho. Y yo espero que este año que viene, 96, ya esa pelea se esté efectuando ya.
Yeah, he's interested, and so it's Tito's interested, and in 1996 that fight can go on.
Thank you very much. Congratulations once again.
Yeah,